United States of America. Yeah. Are you ready? Girls, are you ready? The crown of Miss Supranational 2018 goes to Miss Puerto Rico!
Good day, everyone. Today, I am joined by Miss Supranational 2018 first runner-up, Katrina Dimaranan. Hi, Katrina.
Hi, Denise. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? How was your day?
My day's been really good. So right now, I work at a med spa. So I do social media and all of that, and I'm also in school for nursing. So it's kind of my sort of foot through the door. So I just got home from work, but that's why I was like, I'm so sorry that it has to be this late because I know for you it's like what 6 a.m. right now.
Yes, it's 6:30, but it's totally fine. I'm so excited to get to
I
know
know.
more about you. So thank
Aw, I am too.
So you were in Miss Supranational in year 2018. So can you tell us something about your experience there? How is it for you?
Oh man, I mean, that's such a broad question, but all I know is it's one of the best things I've ever done in my life. And
Wow.
I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, I know I've only been on this earth for 27 years, but Miss Supranational is one of those experiences that no one really gets to say. There's only one of you representing your country, which for you is Germany. So I just learned so many things in such a short amount of time, whether it be with the sisterhood, the friendships you make, the different cultures that you get to learn about with all these beautiful, beautiful queens, and just being able to sort of push yourself. You're representing a country, you're not just representing you. And, but at the same time, trying to remain of who you are and what you stand for and not losing all of that in the midst of, trying to win a crown. But yeah, it was so much fun. And my year was held in Poland. Well, I think actually all the previous years were, but it was just so beautiful out there. I spent a few extra days after the pageant getting to, explore with other Miss Supras and other Mr. Supras. And it was just fun. It was just such an amazing experience.
The first on the list of the top 10 is Miss United States. Congratulations, United States.
I'm so looking forward to mine
I
if that's
know.
the case. Did you actually arrive earlier to Poland or did you arrive on the arrival day itself?
I think I was a day late. I have horrible memory, so don't quote me on that. But I think I came maybe a day late. I remember there were already, oh no, I came super late. Now I remember because I think there was something wrong, like my flight or was delayed or something.
Oh,
And then I had a layover. Actually, I think it was the airport in Germany. I had a layover there. So I got a pod, and you guys have these like sleep pods there, right?
yes,
And
we
I slept
from
there.
there.
I like got dolled up. I like changed my clothes, and then I went to where my gate was to go from I believe Germany straight to Poland, and then
Uh-huh.
I met the first queen that I met was Miss Malta,
It's
and
Malta.
she's beautiful, and then yeah, I think by the time we arrived to Poland, it was like a long drive on the bus, and then when I got to my room, my roommate was already sleeping. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I came late. I came late. There you go. There's your answer.
May I ask who your roommate was?
Oh my God, I'm blanking out right now.
Oh, sorry.
No, I know because I haven't talked to her in so long, but I loved her. It was Miss. Oh, she's gonna hate me for this. I'm sorry, girl. Um, who was it? There's 75 of us there, but I'm blanking out. I'm totally blanking out.
It's
She's gonna
totally
hate me.
good.
But her name's Natalie, so there you go.
It's better to know the name sometimes.
There you go.
So during the journey of Miss Supranational, what was your most unforgettable experience?
Ooh, every experience there was like unforgettable, but probably one of the outings that we had all together was we rode on this bus all the way to this haunted but so beautiful castle in
Oh,
Poland. Yeah, and so all the girls were there, and then it was so I love anything scary. And
oh,
so,
good.
yeah, and so they had like actors, and then they were also explaining the history of the haunted house, and it was a giant castle. I can't pronounce the name. But that was just so much fun because it was one of the early experiences and like trips that all the girls got to go on. So it was fun to get to know, different girls, and it was just a
Mhm.
very light environment. It wasn't, it wasn't like Q&A or was it prelims or anything. It was more of us like getting to know each other outside of the pageant world. I would have to say that it was so much fun, and I hope you
It,
guys get to do that too.
oh, I have to say, I'm actually afraid of anything spooky.
Oh,
I found it very
you're
interesting
gonna love it.
when I stumbled upon the fact that you love horror movies, anything spooky. And I was like, okay, I can't relate. And now that you've mentioned this haunted castle, it seems interesting because I also want to know the history, what
Yeah.
had happened there. And it's really a
Mhm.
good experience because you get to bond with the girls, with your sisters differently. So there's less
Yeah.
pressure. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I
and it's
think
nice because I feel like when we were in the castle, you start off with like a group of girls, right, that you're warming up to, but then it's such, it's like there's like mazes and there's different doorways, so you kind of get lost, and then you end up with like a new group of girls, which is cool because you get to know them. So yeah, yeah, it was very, very unforgettable for sure.
were there more girls smiling or more people who
Yeah,
were
yeah,
scared?
well, I think it was both, but it was, like half the girls were like having so much fun laughing and like trying to scare other girls. And then I tried to scare Miss Venezuela, and I couldn't. And then some girls were actually freaked out. So they're, like they were the ones in the middle of the group, just kind of like hunched over. So it was so many emotions, but just all wonderful, beautiful women with you.
That would be me though. Just hiding.
And I would have tried to scare you.
Oh no. Can I hide in the bathroom? No, I won't.
Oh, you don't want to do that. I know. I'm like, that's scarier.
Exactly. And you don't want to miss on the fun, technically.
Hmm.
It's something you could regret.
Exactly. Exactly.
Can I ask you something that was challenging during your journey?
That was challenging for me. I mean, right now the first thing that I could think of was my accessories for the final night never came.
Oh,
Yeah, so and then I didn't have a prelim gown. I forgot what happened. I think like it got lost or something. So, I was freaking out, and then I went on Amazon and I was like, you know what, let me just check. Maybe there's Amazon here in Poland. Yeah. So I was able to get like red earrings. If you remember, I'm not sure if you do. I wore a red dress.
The word supranational means to have power, influence. As Miss Supranational, I will travel to empower young women and men to follow their dreams and help others. A true queen inspires others to thrive and succeed no matter where they come from and who they are.
States, please speak up your judge.
I think I would have to choose the reigning queen, Miss Jenny Kim.
Miss Jenny Kim. Jenny, what's your question?
Tell me one disadvantage of beauty pageants and why.
I think one disadvantage would have to be we get a lot of criticism. A lot of people body shame us. They don't understand why it is that we do beauty pageants. But I think that as women, we rise above those disadvantages and we prove them that these are women who have dreams and goals and ambitions. Thank you.
What a great answer.
And so I just Googled like red earrings, red fancy earrings on Amazon, found some clip-ons, and I didn't even know it was going to get shipped on time because it's international shipping. It made it. And then, so my actual accessories that pageant night were not the ones I was supposed to wear. And
Oh
then
wow.
my prelim gown, this is a funny story. My prelim gown was actually not even mine. I literally, the girls were kind enough to be like, oh, like, I think I have an extra dress. And I
Oh
know Miss
wow.
India helped me and a few other countries that were, like, come to my room. I have an extra dress. We want to try it on. So I tried on so many dresses. Miss Russia, Miss India, who else? Malay, like, there's just so many that was just so willing, and Miss Vietnam, they're so nice. And then the one that I wore was from not New Zealand. Oh, Mauritius. It was
Mauritius.
Miss, yes, it was Miss Mauritius. And what's crazy is she said there were a lot of Filipinos where she's from. And so, it was her dress that I wore during
Oh,
the prelims, the white gown.
I care for you, yeah. 'Cause girl, you perfect. Girl, you perfect. You're always
That I wore for the evening wear, yeah, that was hers. That was not mine. I didn't have mine.
oh
So
god.
that
That's
was a bit of a struggle, like racing around and trying to find out. Another thing would probably be, aside from the cold, it was freezing cold.
god great.
Imagine women in like 5, 6 inch heels, dresses, and then that was hard. Let's see. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper, probably. Sometimes I would sort of overthink if I um, was representing my country the way that it should be represented. Because if you think about it, there's not a lot of, ooh, that's me, sorry. There's not a lot of Filipinos who get to represent USA internationally. I mean, it's Miss USA period, right? You don't see a lot of Filipinos. So for me, I was like, I mean, do I have to act, Americanized, or how do they want me to act? And like, there's nights where I was like, I want to be myself, but I'm scared. Like, what if they judge me? But at the same time, it was just sort of like a constant battle here and there. But
Of
I
course.
mean, clearly, I stuck true to just who I was and hope that it worked for the best.
I
But yeah,
can
I think it would be those.
I can relate so much to that. I mean, I'm also Filipino and I'm representing Germany. And yes, at the beginning, it was very difficult to say, like, okay, I am able to represent it very well because a part of me thinks that people are going to say something about my background. But then again, we also have to take into account that we are also representing the diversity in the countries that we represent in. And it's also our country. We're part of it. We have integrated. And yes, I mean, we're kind of a citizen of the world. Can I say that?
We really are. No, you absolutely can. And I mean, when I found out that you were a Filipino representing Germany, I was shocked. I was so happy. You know what I mean? Because now it's not just diversity in the US, it's diversity in other countries that people wouldn't even think. I didn't know there were even a lot of Filipinos in Germany until
There-
now, truthfully speaking. And so I think that by you being a Filipino woman representing Germany as a country, it's just broadening the horizons and opening up people's minds and their eyes to what exists.
exactly.
It's not like Filipinos are just stuck in the US, Hawaii, or US, or like Philippines or Asia. You're representing Germany, and I think that's amazing. So
It's
I'm honestly really excited for you.
Thank you very much, Katrina.
Yeah.
And I have to say, thank you for sharing the story with the gown because not everyone really knows what happens behind, like
Yeah.
behind it. They don't know
Mhm.
about the sisterhood sometimes. Sometimes they don't understand what's going on, how people prepare and help each other behind the scenes. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
very nice
It's
to share.
huge.
Thank you.
Of course. And you know what? That's one thing you're gonna get from this entire experience is the sisterhood.
Are you
Yeah.
still in contact with some of the girls, if I may?
I am. I am. I talk to Miss Malaysia all the time. I talk to Miss Venezuela all the time. Miss Vietnam here and there. Miss Philippines, here and there. But yeah, me and Sanjana, Miss Malaysia, we still talk often. And then, like the few of the other girls in other countries, we comment on each other's photos and this and that, and it's great.
It's still there. I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
meeting my new sister.
I know.
So, what are your advices to aspiring beauty queens who would want to compete internationally? What can we learn?
You know what? The one thing that I have always, I guess, remembered for myself, and I would love to share with everyone, is to just be yourself.
Pick
Be
yourself.
yourself, because I feel like when it comes to pageantry or even other fields, right? Like job fields,
Or
you want to fit into the mold of what you think they're looking for, or you want to sort of, like I said, you want to make your country proud and you don't know if you're doing it the right way. I mean, if you think about it, a lot of people who do sort of act outside of who they truly are, you can only act like someone else and pretend to be someone else for so long.
exactly.
It's draining. It's not fair to yourself. It's not fair to the country you're representing. And it's not something that you should want to live with, right? So, you only get one life. And I feel like if you're going to try to win the crown, you want to win the crown being yourself.
Exactly.
Right. So I think that's one of the main things is be yourself. Like, if you're wild and crazy and annoying like I was, then that's fine, And if you're not, if you're more chill and, more quiet and a little bit more toned down, that's fine too, because what will shine is your character and your personality. It's not necessarily who's the loudest or who's the wildest, and it's who you are inside that will really dictate how much people will respect and appreciate who you are. So definitely that, be yourself. It sounds so cliche, right? But I promise you that will take you so far, I feel like. And then another thing is there's that saying where, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So,
Yeah.
start preparing now. Start preparing, you don't have to bombard yourself with so many thoughts like, oh my God, am I walking right? My diet, all of that. Take it day by day. But what matters is you're wanting to learn, you're wanting to improve every day that leads up to the big night, whether you're not in Poland yet, whether you're still in your hometown, um, you know, really prioritize and keep sort of like a calendar and like a to-do list, a list of things that you want to accomplish, and take it day by day, because I mean, I remember there was probably a few days where I just felt so stressed out because I was like, okay, now I did this, but now I got to do this. And, like, oh my God, this is not going right. And it wastes time and energy to worry about, so many things when you can just focus on one, and then, just go with it, just go with the flow, and just constantly be excited to represent yourself and your country, because I feel like that's what's really going to motivate you to get prepared and be ready for the big night.
Yes.
So yeah, preparation is so big. And then I think what also helped as far as Q&A is practicing questions. Have like a mock Q&A thing with your family, and then have a mock Q&A with your friends. I found that helped, because personally, how you're going to be in front of your family may be different with how you're going to be towards your friends, and you have to get used to answering questions, or speaking with people who are from all areas of life,
Yeah.
because if you do win the crown and you have to think that you're going to win it, you're going to be put in situations where, you could be meeting the president, or you can be, helping out in a third world country. And you know what I mean? You have
Yeah.
to prepare yourself for those things. So questions really helps from your family, friends, experts. If you have a training camp, which I'm not sure, are you with a training camp right now?
Well, technically, in Germany, we don't have many training camps, but I'm fortunate
Yeah.
enough to work with a camp that's been recently
Okay.
formed. Yes, it's called the Queen's
Oh,
Camp, and they have
oh,
been training
awesome.
for, yes, more than a year. So I am very blessed, and we actually do pasarela trainings. Q,
Yeah.
of course, they put so much effort that I could also develop my personality, that it can shine, even though sometimes I get
Yeah.
nervous.
Ah, no, that's great. That's so good. It is so helpful. I mean, I'm not saying that's what's going to make you win is having a training camp. Catriona Gray, at first
Independent.
she was independent. So, but it really just goes to how much you're willing to take in from a
Yeah.
training camp and then how you can apply it to yourself. And like you said, like you're shy sometimes, but it's good to sort of step out of your comfort zone, like it's not going to hurt you. You know what I mean? So I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome that you're doing a training camp. And then obviously, yes, the physical, the training of diet and
Yeah.
and working out. Now for me, I'm 5'9", so sometimes people are like, "Oh, you're so skinny, you're so skinny." But even when I've gained weight, where you know the term where you're skinny fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of the times during my life, I've been like skinny fat, but like sometimes you're so hard on yourself, right? You're hard on yourself. But the craziest thing, I mean, girl, I was probably one of the only few that wore a one piece during the swimsuit round, and then they called my name during best in swimsuit. So, and until this day, my friends and I laugh about it because I did not expect to get that. If you remember, USA is standing next to Vietnam, Venezuela. So, they're wearing two pieces with like super tight bodies. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna wear a one piece and just sort of just own it, just be confident in who you are, no matter what you're wearing. And that's truthfully what I did. And
And that's
so,
why you
when Andre, yeah. So when Andre called my name, I was like, okay, am I being punked? Like,
were
is this a joke? I really did not believe it. He was like, come here. I was like, oh my God, I really won it. And all the girls were probably like, what? But you really just have to like believe in yourself and
exactly.
exude the confidence because and oh, one thing, don't compare yourself to other people.
Yes.
Don't. And I think that's where the self-confidence comes into play. You have to just focus on your path, what you're there for, your values, what you're trying to show and showcase to the world, so don't compare yourself because everyone is so different. I mean, like I said, I was between Venezuela and Vietnam, but throughout the entire time, and I love them so much, but yeah, throughout the entire time, I was just focused on what can I do for myself, for my country, and for the pageant, that will help elevate myself.
Yes.
So yeah, don't compare yourself.
Of course. Like
Yeah.
when you're surrounded with beautiful girls, sometimes it becomes a challenge not to do so. But then again, you should really focus on your strengths and what you could bring to the table. And yet,
Exactly.
I'm trying to do this mantra that whenever I come out of the stage, I say some inspiring words like, "Hey, I'm beautiful. I can do this, and yes, I will." Yes,
Yes, I love that.
and avoid, as you said, comparing yourself to others. That's very
Yeah.
just exude confidence, own it, as you said, and slay.
Yeah, exactly. Very, honey, you're good. You are good. And just have fun. Have fun because it will shine through. I promise you. I mean, so much of it, people think is based on your final night performance, but it's really not because the 3 weeks or however long we're there for, the 3 weeks that you're there in Poland, you're with people in the organization, you're with them, you're with other women, and so it's during the times behind closed doors where they really truly get to know you as a woman and as a representative for your country. So, yeah, I think you just have to have fun. You really do. You only have one shot, right? So why stress over it? Because if you stress over it after the pageant, you're gonna be like, oh, I could have had more fun. I should have done this or that. And it was, yeah, I think just have fun. Just enjoy the moment. I know that social media played a big part also because there's a lot of challenges and things like that. So focus a little bit on that too, your social media. I didn't know, I don't know, I'm not sure if you know this. My account was hacked in the
Oh, really?
middle of the pageant.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. So in the middle of the pageant, one night, all of a sudden, because a lot of the activities there is based on social media, votes, likes, all of those things. And so one night, I was about to go to bed, and then I tried to check my Instagram account, and it was deleted. It was
Oh,
gone. And
deleted.
I tried to do everything. I was freaking out at first, like I woke up my roommate and I was like, Natalie, like, what do I do? I called at the time the one who owned Cece Ascension. He was my national director. And I was like, Cece, like, what do I do? Like, I just got hacked or something happened. My page is gone. I don't know what's happening. And, like I messaged Andre and I was like, I can't believe this happened. All my followers, all the effort that I made, all of my things. And, a lot of it goes back to even high school and all the memories. But, more importantly, a lot of what I was trying to work on for the pageant and all of that, it was gone. And, I think it happened the night before the prelims for the talent show. So I was just so down. But, when I woke up that morning, I'm the type, I'm very resilient. I've gone through a lot growing up as a kid. So
I
I had to force myself. You too?
I mean, I have
That's good.
respect for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, but that's something you learn when you go through so much is that you have to be resilient and be positive and try to find the good in the bad. As pageanty as as that sounds, that's literally the truth for me, at least. So when I woke up that morning, all the girls were messaging me because Andre told everyone, oh, can you guys? She's gonna create a new page. Can you guys shout her out and all this? And everyone was just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yes, I'll do whatever it takes, whatever. And, before I even read that, I woke up. I didn't want to check my phone. I kind of just prayed. And I was like, you know what? There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, what am I gonna do? I can't be sad over it. It's not gonna bring back my Instagram account. I mean, what could hurt me with it being gone, and
Mhm.
what can I do? So the rest of the day, I went on as if nothing happened. And then it was
Right.
funny because everyone was like, how are you okay right now? Like I would
Mhm.
be crying if my account was deleted. Like I probably would have went home and I was like, oh wait, what? No, I was like, it's fine. I was freaking out last night just because I didn't know what to do. But during times like that, like you sort of just have to be like, you know what, you can only control certain things, and that
Exactly.
wasn't one of them. So I was just like, whatever. I mean, and now, I have my Instagram back, so it wasn't a
Mhm.
forever type thing. And yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. So resilience, adapt to the situation, and don't dwell on.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Can I?
Yeah.
I have a very last question, if that's really okay with you.
Ask away.
So you joined Binibining Pilipinas in 2012, right?
Pilipinas candidates for 2012.
Can you tell us something about it, just so that we can have some insights about it?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Dimaranan, 18, stop one city.
Joined Binibining Pilipinas. So after high school, I moved to the Philippines to take care of my grandma, my Lola. And, at the time I was going to different modeling agencies just to see, what was out there in the Philippines, if I can pursue a modeling career while I was out there taking care of my grandma. And I went to one and they were like, oh my gosh, don't do modeling yet, do Binibining Pilipinas. And I had no idea what that was. And I was like, what is that? And then they were like, just go to this place. This is the address, whatever. So I got home, I called my mom. I was like, Ma, what is this? What's Binibining Pilipinas? She's like, oh my God, anak, which means like child. She's like, that's like Miss Universe, blah, blah, blah. Like, please do it. And all this and that, do it
Oh,
for us. So I was like, okay, I guess. And no, I went and I joined, and then, I was 18, 17 or 18 at the time. So I was one of the youngest during that time to compete. And, at first, what I knew about beauty queens at the time before I joined Binibining Pilipinas was, I always thought beauty queens were stuck up or they were just all about glamour or all about
mhm.
themselves. And then, as the pageant went on and I was getting to know all these women who were older than me too, they had careers going and all these things, I was just so inspired by them. And, I was like, wow, I didn't know that beauty queens actually like had purpose, and you know what I mean? And then, there was a time where I just wanted to quit because it's very draining. It's tired, especially for someone that, 17, 18 years old. I felt like it was too much for me.
Mhm.
Just the lack of sleep and just a lot of it, a lot was going on. And, and then we had to do this event where it was an ABS-CBN show. We had to sort of talk a little bit about our childhood. And I had never done that before. I was always ashamed, to be honest. I was always, I never told anyone, I never really opened up about it. But that episode, I sort of, I talked a little bit about my growing up and my childhood. And then the next day, I just received so many messages from people of all ages, women, men, kids that were saying, they were so inspired and I inspired them and all this. And that's literally why I stayed and why I tried even harder to try to win a crown. So,
Wow.
Binibining Pilipinas really um jump started and ignited like that pageant dream that I had, So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And after winning Binibining Pilipinas Tourism, we did get to travel all over the Philippines. We got
Wow.
to meet so many amazing people. And again, the sisterhood, which I still talk to them to this day, and a lot of them have babies now or doing this,
Mhm.
this, and that. And it's awesome to see everyone's growth. But yeah, Binibining Pilipinas is yeah, that definitely is one for the books because even to this day, people are like, "Oh, you did Binibining Pilipinas," and blah blah, and so it's something that I'll cherish forever. That's for sure.
Our next title holder will serve as an ambassador of Philippine tourism to the rest of the world. Mga kapamilya, our Binibining Pilipinas Tourism 2012 is Binibini 13, Katrina Dimaranan. On to pass on her crown is Binibining Pilipinas Tourism 2011, Isabella Manhon.
Yeah. Have you thought of joining that or?
No, when I first got into pageantry, I was already in Germany. So
Oh,
my first pageant was here. That's why I have never really thought about joining Binibining Pilipinas before, and I always thought that I wouldn't measure up in the
yeah.
Philippines. So I was still
Hmm.
building my confidence, myself, my personality, and everything
Yeah.
before I went into the pageant. And that's even like during the first one, I wanted to get some coaching. I just asked for some tips. And luckily, this person really said, like, okay, I'm going to you, I'm going to train you, we're going to do this. So it gave me
Mm,
a push as well because it's different when you have this support. Like,
yeah.
of course, you should be able to do it yourself. That's something you have to trust yourself. But then again, feeling the support from your family, from your friends, from your camp, from your supporters
Yeah.
gives you a
You need
different.
that. You need a backbone.
Yes.
Oh, that's so exciting. So this is gonna be how is this your second then, or is this your first?
I had one local and one international behind me, and this is going to be my second international.
Oh my goodness. Wait, what was your first international, if you don't mind me asking?
No, it was Miss Asia Pacific International. It was
Oh,
the
okay.
too. So I got back there.
Oh, that's so
I was like,
exciting. Did
yes,
you have fun?
yes, oh
Yeah.
yes.
Do you have family in the Philippines?
So many, yeah, many relatives in the Philippines, and of course, they went to support during the
The
coronation night.
pageant night. Aw.
And even during the prelims, and also my friends were bringing so many friends. They were so loud, so fun, just trying to show how they support me. and everyone behind. So that was very nice, very unforgettable. Like every time I look back, it feels overwhelming, but overwhelming because of the joy that it
Hmm.
like
And it
there was
only like pushes you to want to be better, right? I mean, having that support system. Oh, I love
as
that.
you said a while ago, like after you open up about your story, I get to talk more and more to people, maybe someone younger than me. I share my story, maybe the things I have learned as well. And when they tell me like, okay, I have learned something from you, it hits hard. Like it hits so hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to do it more often because the impact of your story is something that you won't be able to imagine
exactly.
by
And
sharing.
was it during the pageant that you learned to share your story to hopefully inspire others,
More
right?
and
It was,
yeah,
yeah, and same with me. It was with that. So, I have so much respect for pageantry because it gives you a voice. Whether you win or not, it truly does give you a voice. So,
yes,
oh,
that's
I'm so
very
proud of you.
thank you. And I've learned so much from you. I really love your vibe, your energy.
Oh, thank you.
I've learned so much. Thank you, Katarina.
I know, and also, feel free to message me. I'm not sure if we're friends yet or not on social media, but feel free to message me, ask me anything. I will do my best to help you to the best of my abilities. But yeah, I'll be here for you and I'll be cheering for you.
Thank you,
And
Katarina.
I wish I could go to Poland for it, but
Oh
we'll
my god.
see.
Yes.
But I had so much fun talking with you. I know.